good. All right. Looks like we're about to set up. All right, now we are going to go ahead and write and record a song in theory. Let's go with the random word generator. Trainer. I don't think trainer's going to have a word in the Songfight archive. It does not. Generate random word. Flush. I saw flush before I hit it twice. Flush doesn't have one in there, so that's not going to work. Objective. Might have something in the Songfight archives. There's not. Random word. Brick. Brick, you would think there might be one in there. There is. Favorite Lego bricks. Look at the beach. I don't think I'm going to write that one. That one's not feeling that one. Foundation. Random word of foundation. We're going to look it up in the something. There's nothing in the Songfight archives with that title. Original. We're going to look up the word original. There is nothing with the word original in Songfight archives. New random word is communication. Nothing for communication. New random word is complication. Looking that up. And there's nothing in the Songfight archives for that. Riot. I know there should be at least one in there. Watching the riot and laugh riot. And I think laugh riot has potential. So we're going to go with laugh riot as the title tonight. All right, let's write a song. We're going to write a song with the title Laugh Riot. Let's see how this goes down. I'm going to open up the Ableton Live. I may start with the bass tonight. Still feeling a little burnt out, so we'll see what comes of this. We'll get a song. I don't know if it'll be a good one, but we'll get a song. A song will happen. Alright, looks like that's all set. I want the bass to be the one that's coming through here. Alright. Yeah, let's start with that. was thinking that I needed to do that a little different. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can go back to that and that would be fun actually. Let's do that. Let's do that. Don't second guess it though. Yeah. Let's do that. Down, bow, down. Right. 1, 3, That's the verse. Okay, so and that'll be where. Okay. Okay, if I'm going with the 6th string with this though, going to those low notes, okay, I think it'll still work. Okay, yeah, I like that. If I go. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I can do a little better, but right idea. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, okay. that'll work. If you're saying Les Claypool, I really can't play like Les Claypool. I'm writing and recording a song anyway. I'm not playing any covers this evening. I might play covers in February, maybe, but this is Jamuary. You write and record a song every night in the month of January, and this is my 8th year of doing so. That was it. Except I didn't record it. Great. Let's do better. Okay, we can do better than that for sure. No, don't like that. Yeah, I wanted to go back to an open note. It's not an open note. That was it. Okay. That's the pre-chorus. So it's I don't think it'll be anything like that. It'll be no, I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's do that for the chorus. Yeah, that's a very similar. Yeah, okay. That works though. That works. And then the pre-chorus. Yeah, I like that. It's just simple. And then, yeah, that'll work. Let's do that for a break section after chorus 2. Okay, yeah, let's change that last little bit too. And then it'll be just a simple last note, let it ring out. All right, do I need an intro is the real question here. And would this work as that? Maybe. I think that might work as an intro too. All right, cool. Let's do that. I think that might be the structure of the song. So let's go in and build the structure, and then I'm going to do drums once I've got this structure. So we'll build the structure to start though. Let's start off with this intro. Which will also happen after the second break or second chorus. Verse. Okay, this will be the pre-chorus. not take long anyway, Tiston. This is the chorus. But thanks for stopping in either way. Because we're what? 22 minutes into this and I have a structure already. I was considering a double chorus and I decided I'm not going to do that. Alright, so this is going to be under 3 minutes again. Alright. I'm glad you're digging it. I hope I end up liking it. Because definitely feel a little more uninspired and ready for January to be over. Honestly. Which is honestly every year. You get, like day 18, it's 18 days in a row writing and recording a song every day. After a while, it's like, okay, I have other things too. So, but yeah, not mad at it. Ultimately, we're gonna go ahead and knock out some drums, though. I think that's definitely our next step, and we'll go from there. Close enough for rock and roll. All right, floppy disks, huh? Messing around with floppy disks. Currently messing around with floppy disks. Need to format a bunch of. Oh yeah, you're still doing the vintage Mac thing. That's not the. Is that not the same computer? Ah, all right. may drop this down. Drop D might work. I don't think it's going to help me much here. Because I went lower than that. Those can be cheap, though. I mean, I feel like I've gotten, like, if you're talking about USB to SD, some of them these days are like $10 on Amazon. Don't know if it'll be compatible. But they sell them pretty cheap if it's one that is compatible anyway. That's different. That is different for sure. At all. That's ridiculous, yeah. What did I need to do different there? That's what it was. We don't want to do that. All right, let's try it again. Like that. Yeah, I would say garage bandy is a good way to describe it. All right, let's see what's going to be complimentary. Be good. Black Sabbath. I would probably not be able to play even if I was doing covers, but right now, not doing covers, writing and recording this song. It's what I do every night in January. It's called Jamuary. This is year 8. Writing and recording a song every single day in January. And this is song number 235. So I'm just trying to write and record a song, not doing any covers for January. February, maybe. Yeah, come back in February and we'll we'll see. I'll probably be playing some covers then, but it is the slog that is Jamuary. By this day, by day 18, I normally I'm over it. I'm ready to be done with it. But you set aside time to write a song and you do it anyway. Just how it goes. That for the intro. Maybe. I think I may do that. I'll do it up high. That's how I'm gonna. Second half, we'll do that. To that point, I think I may punch in. Yeah, I made the same mistake, but hopefully we'll catch it next time here. Does that sound like a punch-in? Not at all. So we're going to go back to this. That's where we want to come in. I may want to go to that for that last note. Just to duplicate it. Just to make it sound a little stronger in that last moment. I think that might be what I want to do. Yeah, that sounds way better. do that whole thing actually. I should have just kept it the other way. I can do it again though. It's not exactly a difficult solo. That's a jump. Again, where I was going to stop, and I'm like, nah, I can do this. Let's export that. Let's write a new one called Laugh Riot. Template. Save it as. Gonna import up. And it crashed, but that's alright because we'll bring it back. Where we left off, we're just going to go ahead and import. Is it going to crash again? Might. It did. Let's delete. So there's something about that I didn't like, so we'll load up the template instead. We'll import from there. Then we'll save it as Laugh Riot. That'll be pre-chorus number 2. Chorus number 2. That gives me an idea. gonna see if I don't ruin it with the lyrics, though. I do like the chorus thus far. We'll see what happens with it. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. All right. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. I'm going to do a little better on that last one. It would be a laugh riot. Let's do the thing here. Harmony vocal. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. Let's do the better job than that. But yeah, it's funny because I wouldn't think of Daryl Hall, but you're right. That's probably a bit of Daryl Hall seeping in there. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. All right. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. And I think we're going to do, yeah, same thing. And I might applaud. Oh, that's right. I went up there. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. And then we'll see. Head Above Water is one of my favorite songs by Daryl Hall and John Oates, so I will gladly take that comparison. I wouldn't have heard it, actually, but yeah, I could kind of hear what you mean. Woo! And I might applaud. That might be too high for me. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be a laugh riot. It would be a laugh riot. Yeah, no, that's funny. I would have never anticipated that there was any Daryl Hall and John Oates in here, but you might be onto something with that. I mean, obviously, I covered the entirety of the Private Eyes album, so there is that. But having said that, yeah, no, I would not have anticipated that. But there you go. No, that's good. It's good. I hear other ones that I think are a little too obvious. So the fact that you hear that actually is a good thing. That it's not what I'm hearing. That's like, oh, it's too close to this song. So the fact that you heard Daryl Hall and John Oates gives me hope that it doesn't sound too much like the one I'm kind of concerned that it does sound like. In spots. Right there specifically is very similar. The is yeah. There's one I'm like, oh shit, that sounds way like a specific song. Okay, let's get a pre-chorus in there. Like, why does it sound weird? Because it's that same thing. Now it sounds so much better. In headphones. have the pre-chorus. Here we go. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. I'm glad you think I sound inspired because I feel tired and like bleh tonight. So I'm glad that you think that. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. Sounds good once I stop coughing. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. That came out all right. Not gonna lie, I may have dialed into the Daryl Hall for that. Okay. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I think I'm going to keep the same pre-chorus because I like that pre-chorus quite a bit, and I don't know that I need to change it. Like where you might sometimes like change a word or a phrase as part of it. Yeah, I think that it's solid enough that I don't need to do an alternate version of it for the second pre-chorus. I think we'll stick with that. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. What I did is I decided to sing it a little bit different though. So like the words are the same, but there's different emphasis. There's a little more emphasis, like going high in spots where I went low first, and yeah, like I think that will still make it sound pretty cool despite the lyrics being exactly the same. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. On anything in your life. That's right. Let's do that better. But you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. All right, here we go. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. It'd be consistent. Have a good one. We're I don't blame you. If you gotta go, you gotta go. There's not much left anyway. All you're missing at this point is the verses. I've got 2 verses to write. I think you got a pretty good idea of what it sounds like. So, glad you're digging it. Have a good one. Yeah, sounds good. Have a good one. Here's something pretty cool about your lyrics. They're consistently philosophical and true, and you're coming up with them on the spot, so they're instinct. I think that's really what it is. And there's a whole lot of it that can sound accusational, and ultimately, a lot of the ones that sound accusational are directed at myself. Or at my younger self, but in this case, that's not really it. It's just more Laugh Riot. When the title is Laugh Riot, it's like, okay, so like, what do we do with that? What do we do with that? And in this case, you're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. That there are people that I've known, very quick to say, to have a foul word when they themselves haven't really accomplished anything of significance themselves. It's kind of that whole concept of consider the source. Like someone has something to say, and it's consider the source. Because, I mean, and this is unrelated, but not completely unrelated, but like when I worked as a karaoke host, I would have sometimes like people be coming in, hey, how's it going? Like, it's like a 90-minute wait, but, you're welcome to sign up. Oh, but I'm really good, though. You should put me in. I sing really well. That's great. I'm looking forward to it. It's a 90-minute wait. Oh, but I'm really good. Still a 90-minute wait. And what I would find more often than not is the people who told me that they were really good normally were not. That was my experience, is that normally the people that were good did not feel the need to tell me that they were good. They just show and prove. It's not always the case, but more often than not, if someone feels the need to tell you that they're smart, they're probably not. If they feel the need to tell you that they are something instead of just proving it, exactly, action, not words. That's what it is. That's what it is. And so if it's even in the context of like what I'm doing with Jamuary, I it's not that I've heard anyone like saying anything bad about that, but like it would be like, dude, like you do the thing. And it is just funny sometimes where the criticisms will come from someone who genuinely does not know what they are talking about, and they just want to feel important in that moment, despite having no knowledge on the matter whatsoever, whatever it is that's being discussed. So yeah, I can think of people that I've known like that, and it subconsciously, it is funny to me how often I will look back at a song. I don't know what I'm writing about now, but I look back in a year or two and I can put the pieces together, and I can see exactly what I was writing it about now, because it just subconsciously just seeps out. This one feels more like one that's just kind of subconsciously coming out. So maybe I will know more what I am talking about in a year or two. We'll see. Put the consider the source thing in the, No, do not get me wrong, though. Some good, genuine, constructive criticism, especially when they ask first, is like, can I give you some feedback on this? And if they actually, yeah. Because a lot of times it's like, I wasn't asking. by and large, when it comes to a lot of stuff that I do, it's like I've got a pretty good idea of what my own strengths and weaknesses are. I actually do miss that from my old friend Blue Lang. Rest in peace, Blue. But he was the Simon Cowell of Songfight. Dude, like, pulled no punches. People wrote songs about how much they hated him. Um, I loved the guy myself. He was like definitely, if he saw that you were putting in the effort and he liked what you were doing, especially, he like shirt off the back any way that he could possibly help you. He's gonna help you. That was Blue. Um, but he would also tell you if he thought you were kind of a jackass, he would have no problem saying so, and he could put a person in their place like in his reviews like nobody else. Legendary in that regard. Yeah, it was good guy for sure, and it's definitely better. It was better in instances where I was on his good side. I don't know that I'd like him as much if I wasn't on his good side as much. But yeah, he was good. In my opinion, he was complicated, but ultimately a great dude. And there was hardly anyone I've ever known that knew more about musical gear. I'd always said, like, if I got like $500,000 to purchase new gear, he would have been the one. I would have been, okay, Blue, what do I need to get? What do I need to get? He'd be the dude. Suffer no fools. Exactly. He does not suffer fools gladly. I've actually used that phrase to describe him before. Yeah, no, and it would be like the very first year that I was doing Jamuary, he was one of the people that was viewing, and he asked for my address. I sent it to him, and he sent me a pedal, like an effects pedal for my bass called the Bass Balls, and it is a one of them he had used in the band Son of Supercar. He was the drummer, but it was a sound that was used in some of their songs, and it's a really fun. It's a fun effect. But I was a big fan of his band Son of Supercar, so he addressed it to Son of Supercar, which I thought was just incredibly sweet. Yeah, I miss that dude for sure. He was good. All right, so now I'm going to write 2 more verses and call it. I am hanging in there, babes. Hey, I've got 2 more verses to write, and we're done here. I'm glad you dig it. What's funny is the discussion. This is where it can be handy having like the discussions back and forth, because that can lead to lyric ideas. And in this case, I'd say that's exactly what happened. Talking about Blue Lang, and so we get this for our second verse is partially as a result of that conversation. There's a time for feedback, of course, but still you should consider the source. That's words I was just saying in regular conversation, right? There's a time for feedback. There's a time for feedback, of course, but still, but I may change that. But you should consider. I think I may want to change the syllable count there. I like the first half. We get. There's a time for feedback, of course. Okay. There's a time for feedback, of course. And that's 7 syllables. Then I'll be keeping it 7 syllables each time. I'm going to try to do 7 syllables and the same melody on the first verse too. But you should consider the source. But you should consider the source. There it was. But you should consider the source. You're always quick to criticize, but you've never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should. Yeah, I think I just need one more verse and we're going to be done with this one. Glenn, if I make a super low budget film, I want to use some of your songs, either the actual recordings or having them sung by actors, like a musical. What's the best way to reach me by email? Go to my Bandcamp, and there's a contact form on my Bandcamp. And without advertising what my email is, if you send something to the contact form, I will probably end up seeing it in my email. There you go. I believe the words you are looking for are contact Glenn Case. Yeah, it's towards the bottom right hand side. And yeah, I would more than likely be perfectly fine with that. I have obviously done some things like Captain S and some other movie based stuff that my songs have been in. So yeah, there you go. All right, let us see. Is it always and I might oh no, there's a time for feedback. Of course, it's 8 syllables, not 7, but you should consider the source. Okay, it's 8, not 7. close to being done. Yeah, no, Blue definitely came from a very good place. That's what I loved about that guy. Right there. That's what I needed right there. Here it comes. Don't care if I'm impressing you, but then I have nothing to prove. Back the harmony vocal. No, I actually do like it that early. But you never taken a chance on anything in your life. That's right. And I might applaud, but my hands are tied up. You should try the job. Yeah, I think that's everything right there. That's the last thing I think I needed for the song. So we're just going to mix it down. You know what? I ain't even mad at 2 hours and 6 minutes. Gonna basically finish this within 2 hours and 10 minutes. And that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Let's cut this out with the amplitude fade down. All right, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. We're gonna save it. Number 18, and it's laugh. Right, and we close it, and we go into the Lursen mastering console. Pull it up there. Number 7, it's 18 actually. Song number 18, here we go. Mastering this puppy with a single button press. Here we go. pretty much all of my Jamuary songs come together within a 2 to 4 hour time frame. Which I'm typing, but I'll just go ahead and say it out loud too. And I will say specifically with Jamuary, it's all a matter. I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again, but you cannot get in your own way. You don't have time to get in your own way. And that's one of the nice parts about it. You cannot get too precious about whether the song is going to be good or not. You try to make it good, but you don't have time to second guess. It's set aside the time to make the song and make the song. And the song will become what it is. The song will come together one step at a time. And if you think about writer's block, it's really just the indecision about what to do next. So you make a decision, whatever that decision is, and you just roll with it. Trust your instincts, trust your gut, do not get in your own way, and just handle it. Yeah, exactly. Clean process, no speed bumps or time to outthink yourself. I wouldn't say they're all gems as a result. And I know that there's some of this, it's practically rehearsed by now, talking about this, but another key thing is the consideration that I would have always thought that the days where I don't feel like making a song are going to be the ones that are terrible. Because that makes sense, right? It's like, I don't feel like doing it. I'm dragged into this. It's going to be a throwaway today because I don't feel like doing it. The opposite is sometimes true. Because last year, at the very least, like if you watch the live streams from last year, there's some of them where I'm starting out the day saying, I do not feel like making a song today. Those sometimes were the best, amongst the best songs that month. So sometimes, again, I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to it. If I were to look back at the history of all of the ones that I've done, it would be interesting to break it down. And now I definitely would say that I have enough information because I've done this for, this is the 8th year. If I were to go into the live ones that I've done and actually break it down, how long did it take for me to finish the bass? How long did it take me to finish drums? How long did it take me to finish guitar? How long did it take me to finish lyrics? And I'd say lyrics is almost without a doubt going to be the part that takes the longest for me. And it's also the part that is most likely to tank a song. Like if there's a song that I don't like, sometimes it's the music, but more often it is the lyrics. And there's nothing that says that I can't go back to some of these and change the lyrics entirely. I've definitely had some of the songs that I've done where like I don't like the music because it sounds too much like another song. I've definitely had that. But let me see if there's a thing here. This says streamed 12 days ago. Okay, yeah, this is what I was curious about, and I'll just pull this up over here in the main where you can see it here. But if we look at how long this one is currently live, but yesterday's song was just over 2 hours. The 16th was just under 3 hours. Just over 2 hours on the 15th, just under 2 hours on the 14th. And Drunk Season, that's one of the best songs I've done this month, hands down. Control Yourself was just over 2 hours, about 2.5. 3 hours and 13 for A Pocket Full of Bones. Letter to My Teenage Self is just under 2 hours. I Get Bad is 2.5. When the Drugs Kick In, 2 hours 40. About 2 hours and 15 for Sometimes It's Hard to Keep Yourself Moving. Glass Eye was just under 3 hours. Cast of Shadows just over 2 hours. Cold Sweat just under 2 hours. This year I've especially, one of the things that I've done this year is I purposely did most of these as guitar, bass, drums, vocal. So I'm not spending time trying to come up with keyboard parts. And so simply by not having, but if we look at last year where I was doing keyboards almost on every single song because it was like I was trying to go with yacht rock inspired stuff, just over 2 hours here, just under 2 hours there. I think I have one song where I did keyboards. It was the song I did for Jill Selviel that I did last night. How long did that one take? In fact, no, it's 2 nights ago. Head First. That one was almost 3 hours. So it's one of the ones now that's taken me the longest. But I also, well, Pocket Full of Bones took over 3 hours too. But yeah, day 28 last year was over 4 hours. But we have 2.5, we have 3.5, we have just over 2, 3, almost 3, just over 2, just under 2. It really most often is sometime between 2 hours and 4 hours total. I would be super curious if I were to go into this and do timestamps. Something, oh yeah, it's like that was an extra 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Something must have gone wrong because then we have that on top of it. 3 hours, 2 hours. Yeah, I don't think there's been any of them. There's not been many that have been over 4. There was the one towards the end. Yeah, 4 hours and 12 minutes. That might be the record for the longest that a song has taken me on Jamuary, is just over 4 hours. 3 hours. Oh, there we go. Jamuary 2024, day 5 was also over 4 hours. I'm actually always like, oh yeah, and day 19 from 2023 was just over 4 hours. But it's still a handful. There's not that many of them. I would be curious why they took me longer. I think sometimes that's got to be the longest one right there. 4 hours, 25 minutes. Day 31 of 2022. But these were also longer if you look at it. This is more songs in the 3-hour range. There's a 2-hour range there. That one's 4:33. Yeah, 4 hours, 33 minutes. It's more the exception and not the rule, though, that it goes over 4 hours. And that's it, actually. That's the farthest back that I have YouTube. Because before that, I was using Facebook. So, since doing since doing this on YouTube, yeah, I'd love that. I could probably just put all of this information like in a spreadsheet and get the average time. But I imagine with the ones that are under 2 hours and the ones that are over 4 hours, it would probably meet somewhere in the middle, like in the 3-hour range. Was album Playable Upon Death coming from Jamuary sessions and the Great Indoors? The Great Indoors definitely came from Jamuary. Not all of the songs, but a lot of those. A lot of these came from that. So if we look at the Great Indoors, and I think some of the ones from Playable on Death also came from Jamuary, come to think of it. So it would have been 2023, I bet. If I look at Jamuary 2023, I'll partially recognize them just by title, I bet. But if we look at the Great Indoors, you have Listening and Ignore. I can even just do this. I'll just do a finding. Listening. So Listening is not listed as one of them from that year. But I will say that it's not always from the same year, too, because sometimes it's like, oh, I have that one that I did in 2022's Jamuary, and it doesn't have a home. Yeah, so it's from the previous year. So it's day 29 of Jamuary 2022 is Listening. Ignore, I think, is from Jamuary 2023. It is. Social, I think, is too. It wasn't from that year, maybe from 2022. Yeah, 2022 on that one. Threats, I almost positive it's one of the first ones. Yep, it's from 2023. Poorly Planned is definitely from 2023. It was day 9. Psychic, I think, is from that year as well. Yeah, Psychic's one of the last ones from 2023. Great Indoors, no, it was also. These might all be from Jamuary. Yeah, Great Indoors was day 11. Greetings, I believe, yeah, day 14. Play Ball, I think, is also, yep, it is. You Are Whining, almost definitely, yep, day 20. Normal is an Illusion, I think, came from maybe the previous year. Normal is an Illusion is from 2022's Jamuary. Metaphorically Speaking is okay. Every last one of the great indoor songs is from 2022 or 2023's Jamuary. So confirmed. I know Unplayable on Death, there is definitely a song that was not Jamuary, and I think it is one of the best songs I've ever written, and that is When I Die. When I Die, I specifically wrote to impress Jill Sobiel, actually. I was doing Jill Sobiel's online classes, and I wrote a song trying to I'm gonna impress Jill with this one. Like, this is gonna be like one that she's really gonna like. And the initial thought was hoping to get Jill to sing on it. But in retrospect, it makes sense that I asked Rach to do that one. Yeah, thank you. I think that's one of the best ones I've ever done. But some of these other ones, I think, yeah, Greater Than, I'm pretty sure was from, yeah, Greater Than was the last one from 2022. So some of these from Playable on Death, I know for a fact that Look Good in Black was too, because there's a funny moment on Look Good in Black when you listen to that one. Listening's one of my favorites too. I'm glad to hear you say that you like that one, because that's one of them that I will. There's certain songs of my own that I'll listen back and actually crank it, and that's one of them. But Look Good in Black, I know, was from one of the Jamuaries for sure. And the reason is there's this sound at the very beginning of Look Good in Black. That is from a Zoom call. And what it was is I was doing a Zoom call with friends. And I wanted to be there for part of it, but I also needed to be writing my Jamuary song, so I did both at the same time. Like, where I was part of that, and I was kind of participating where I could, but I was writing and recording a song and participating in a Zoom session. And so part of that conversation bled into the microphone when I was recording my vocal. So that's what you're hearing there at the beginning. Is part of that Zoom call. And I was amused by it enough that I cranked it up. If you compare it in the Jamuary version of it, it's not as pronounced. But I was like, I love that it's there. And so I decided to beef it up. You can't really hear it as much in the Jamuary version. But it's because when I did the Playable on Death mix, I'm like, I'm going to crank this up to where it's actually kind of super obvious, and then it's like, what is that? That's what it is. It's talking with friends. So, yeah, I'd say most of these were also Jamuary songs. And anyway, 2 hours 23 minutes. I probably should call it. At this point, I'm definitely already done with the song. But there you have it. I think Baha Ha Ha is completely made up of Jamuary songs as well from last year. Mostly from last year. And there you go. Have a good one. Catch you later. Thanks for tuning in.